Hello and welcome to another video from the Marketing Study Guide. In this video I'm going to have a look at the strategic 3 C's. So the 3 C's of marketing strategy, you may see this in various textbooks, a very helpful way of understanding the key components of marketing strategy. My name is Jeff and I'm a long-term marketing lecturer and practitioner. Now what I'm going to get into, I'm going to drill down to how this came about and why it's important and components. But the strategic 3 C's, first stands for corporate, so internal, and typically we're looking at strengths. Then we've got to look at our customer, and thereafter value, and then we've got to look at our competitors, and we've got to differentiate from those players to make sure that we offer unique value to these customers. So let's have a look at some definitions of marketing strategy. So there's a whole bunch of ones that you can Google, you can have a look, and they all are a little bit different, and each textbook's got its own. But, it's a set of decisions by which the business wants to achieve its marketing objectives and meet the value requirements. Next one, marketing activities and decisions related to building and maintaining a sustainable competitive advantage. A marketing strategy is the overall game plan for reaching consumers and turning them into customers. And I've just moved some of these definitions out of the way, but it's the way the corporation differentiates itself from its competitors and uses its distinct strengths to deliver better value. Now they're all a little bit different, but they've all got something in common. Let's have a look at those. Here are the 4, and I've underlined key words. So it's the business, we keep referring to us. We refer to value, we refer to customers. We refer to competitors and competitive advantage. Back to business, back to customers, the business or corporation, competitors, value to customers. So all the way through there are similarities of these definitions, which is where the 3 C's comes from. Because if we jump back to these definitions, we're talking about us as a business or a corporation, we're talking about customers, and we're talking about competitors. So that's the essence of it. Let's put it into a model. Okay, here is our top level model. From a corporation, a business viewpoint, we have a look at what we have. So strategy needs to be based on our position, our strengths, etc. So we've got to play to our advantage. We design our strategy. We design what segments we're going to go after and how we're going to do that. So it makes sense that we look internally to say, where can we best structure our game plan to be successful? So typically we look at what we're trying to achieve, our goals. We'll look at the strengths and resources we have, our skills, our capabilities. Do we have any market power? Do we stand out anywhere? What are our relationships with customers and internally like, and with partners? And what is our culture, our corporate culture? And then we also look at our competitors. And I've got relative strengths and weaknesses. Where do we have advantages and disadvantages? What are they doing with their marketing mix? What are they doing with their target markets? Are they got the same target markets? And are they direct competitors or are they indirect competitors? We've got to think about both. And then finally, we look at our target markets. How big are they? What are their needs? What are their lifestyles? We try to understand them. How do they see value? What's important to them? And how are those segments changing? What are the trends? And therefore, what are the gaps and opportunities that are going to arise? So in the middle of all this is our marketing strategy development. We need to take all the 3 C's into account. So we start with us. We look internal first. And we look inside the company and we go, okay, this is what we've got to work with. This is our advantage. This is where we can do well. But then we also need to think about competitors. What are they doing? Where do they stand out? And we want to differentiate. We've got to make sure we don't go head to head, end up in a price war or a competitive battle. There is plenty of space for us and our competitors. We've just got to do things a little bit differently. We don't necessarily have to do them better. The key word in marketing is differentiation. We need to offer points of difference, unique things that will make customers come to us. And then finally, we've got to have value to our target market. So we think about us, competitors, and how we can best execute and offer that value. And the intention is that these consumers primarily deal with us and we win a large amount of market share. So there are also other models. I've got another video that covers the 4 C's and the 5 C's, but just to make sense of it, here's our 3 C's that I've just been through. Some textbooks or internet sites will list the 4 C's, where they add context or the climate. We know that as the marketing environment, but to keep it simple as another C, it's context or climate. And the 5th C is collaborators, so strategic alliances. But please check out my video on those two, and please subscribe.